Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am BorderWise and welcome back to From the Depths, Most Wanted, The Singularity, Part 3, which might be the final part for now, because I don't think there's any way I can top this. So, the other day, I built a battleship. It's called the FynestLyk. You might have noticed, I'm very fond of that thing. I put a lot of work into it. I even documented the whole building process. But that's beside the point. The point is that in the final episode of that series, Battleship Diary, I threw her against the Singularity, and I wasn't expecting her to win, because she was armed mainly with CRAM cannons. And CRAM cannons, I thought, you can see where this video is heading, I thought were pretty much useless against the Singularity because she moves too fast and she moves in, like, you know, sideways at high speed and gentle curve, etc., etc. I was completely wrong. So, turns out, and there's other things that are contributing to this, that if CRAM cannons, or I guess this applies to anything really, if a thing is not working in From the Depths, that might just mean that it is not big enough, and you're not using enough of it. So as it turns out, giant-ass CRAMs can hit the Singularity and kill her, at the very least the way she is now. Like, the old Singularity warped around a lot, which isn't really possible with warp drives anymore, but this one, she stays reasonably steady and she uses her warp drive to, I believe, it's to evade missiles and to gain altitude if she's dropping out of the air. This video probably has a big asterisk next to it, because I guarantee, well, I don't guarantee, I suspect that the Singularity building crew, who are very skilled builders, once they see this, and they're probably already aware of it, let's be honest, will just, you know, they'll just make the Singularity, you know, quick update, will just make her bounce up and down in the air a bit, and then CRAMs actually will be useless against her. But in the meantime, let's show you what happens when you fire big CRAMs at the Singularity. Wait for this. I've, like, kind of figured this out. Not figured it out. Let's say I stumbled upon this some time ago. Turns out that CRAMs actually have a weird bit of an advantage when shooting at the Singularity, because the armor on top of her is considerably less powerful than, well, CRAM shells are invisible again. Well done, Alpha Test. But in any case, the armor on top of her is way, way weaker than the armor in the front. She's kind of designed to get hit in the face and nowhere else, as frontsiders tend to be. So the first few volleys are pretty much gonna miss. I don't think that volley is gonna do it. I might be wrong. Yeah, but you can see how close that got. Once the CRAMs have got her iron, we might actually see more consistent hits. So yeah, like, I kind of feel the Singularity is not as scary as she used to be. I'm actually more scared of the new boss craft of the Twin Guard, the Triumphant, because that thing's scary as hell. And oh, close. I think the next one is gonna do it. Or maybe not. It'll be so hilarious if I set everything up to record this video and then it turns out that, oh, nope, it was just sheer dumb luck all the other times. Although that shot looks good. That looks actually pretty good. And yeah, I should mention as well that these are the new upgraded CRAMs for the FynestLyk that I'm working on, and they are mostly kinetic hollow points with low angle frag on them, because I find with really big CRAMs that is the least diminishing returns on the damage, because they just rip massive holes in things. So yeah, we've already dropped her down to 3% health, and as you can see, CRAM cannons above a certain size genuinely do not give a damn about how much heavy armor or anything else you use, because they smash straight through it. And even though the thump damage AP on those CRAMs is only around 20 or so, they do like several 100,000 thump per shot, so they really, really hurt. And as you can see, the shots are gonna land more and more consistently. And let's see the damage number. Yeah, so over 300,000 thump. They've got a little bit of explosive just for flavor, and then a whole bunch of fragments as well. And they're just getting in there, severing. Yep. There goes all the laser systems. So yeah, these CRAMs I think are much scarier than the previous ones I was using on T-Style, simply because they don't waste damage. If they hit something, assuming they don't hit a shield or something like that, they will do a lot of damage. So it's not just this. If you hit the Singularity with like EMP CRAMs or something like that, you'll probably get similar results, because the ring shields are EMP vulnerable and you'll just kind of fry them. I actually remember using the pen depth shells on the Titan Slung against this, and they also work a treat. So basically, if you have a big enough cram, if it can get through the LAM system on the Singularity, it will just make a huge mess. And that's just 2% hit points just shredded right there. And like I said, the I'm not sure if this counts as a free hint for the Keepers of the Lore who work on the Singularity. But yeah, making her bounce up and down in the air will just essentially make her cram-proof, because they can't really handle stuff that moves erratically. And there go all the ring shields. Pretty much all of them. So yeah, this video is going to take exactly as long as the Singularity survives this. Let's watch off the distance. These are very big cram cannons, by the way, and you still need to survive what the Singularity throws at you, which means either very thick armor or just a very accurate and powerful LAMs in order to deal with the shells, plus laser defense. Because what does she fire? I think... Hold on. Let's remind ourselves what the Singularity fires. It is a pure armor-piercing shell, and actually, yeah, that's it, really. I think she fires a Sabo... There we go, Sabo hollow point. Big railgun. So yeah, she kind of chips things to death bit by bit. Like, it's weird, like... having looked at things like the BBS 5th season, stuff like that, these railguns actually don't seem as scary in comparison. Although let's see, although the Singularity and the 5th season are kind of evenly matched. Are we falling out of the sky? Nope, we're not. Whoops, bits falling off. So yeah, there's not really much more to say apart from watching the Singularity get chipped away bit by bit. Moving in a big gentle curve like this, oh yeah, that looked extremely painful. The great thing about these Doom hollow point shells is that when they make a hole and then they land in the same place again, it makes a huge mess, and the fragments penetrate very deeply. I think at this scale, they are better than pen depth shells, simply because pen depth shells, there's an opportunity for them to waste damage, they can over-penetrate, and like if they're set to penetrate a certain distance, then there's a lot of kinetic damage that's wasted, whereas the hollow points, they kind of use everything, assuming they don't miss. So yeah, they're really nasty against anything compact. And also, I need to retract a statement I talked about with high gauge APS. If you spam enough high gauge APS, and in particular if they're railguns and they move really fast, they work just fine against the Singularity. And the 5th season, I should really link to both, Titan Slung and 5th season stuff down in the description. Yell at me if I forget. Turns out that if they're big enough, if they have enough health, and particularly if they move fast enough, the LAMs doesn't really do that much. What would the damage... Oh, that did over 1,000,000 thump damage per volley. Oh dear. And that's only one cannon. It's weird that the Singularity, her lasers kind of stop firing after a while. I think that might be a bit of a problem. Not saying I could do better, I'm not particularly well practiced in building front-siders, so this is far beyond anything I could come up with. I would just default to make the thing bounce a lot. And I don't know, I think ring shields are maybe not the best idea. I think shield projectors on the front might be better, simply because it stops railguns better. Yeah, after testing, APS against the Singularity so much, it's just the contrast between the raw damage of CRAMs versus what APS shells do, because APS shells have to be fast in order to hit, and fast enough to get through the lamps, they tend to hit in the front, which is pretty much nothing but heavy armor. How much did that do? Yeah, just almost 400,000 thump damage and almost 1,000,000 kinetic damage. No biggie. And she's no longer shooting at us. So disabled, disabled at about 70% health. I'm so sorry, guys. I am so sorry to the people who worked so hard on the Singularity. Because she is, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, she is supposed to be the scariest thing in Niter. And at the moment, I don't know. I think, like, it's interesting. I think the Sovereign is actually worse. So, in case you're wondering, the Sovereign is this thing, which does not have a helpful screenshot. The Sovereign does bounce up and down, so that's pretty much cram-proof, and it has really scary railgun on it, same as the Singularity, same as the Snig. If you weren't aware, you are now that this thing is affectionately called the Snig. Some say when she moves sideways, she is channeling the spirit of the crab she once was, because she's been reincarnated as a scary spaceship. Others say that her railguns are powered by the tears of CRAM gunners who didn't know better. All we know is she's called the Snig, and you get a delicious chip sandwich if you guess what I'm referencing right there. I'm guessing a lot of you do know. Are you gonna fall out of the sky yet? If nothing else, the amount of jet engine redundancy in here means that the Singularity really, she doesn't go down easily. Like 66% health, she's still flying. So you do definitely want to bring your big guns along for the ride. Also, she is essentially missile proof. She is gonna despawn mid-air. I swear. I swear to G. There is a lot of steam engine in here. There is a lot of steam engine. Now I want to make a bouncy Singularity. Now I want to make a bouncy Singularity that looks like a canoe. Oh, whoops, the block we were locked onto is gone. Also, wonderful things about super thumpy CRAMs, doom thumpers, I guess I can call them, is that it's weird, this particular combination of narrow angle frag and big, well, there you missed, big hollow points means that, like, there's occasionally entire chunks of craft just kind of fall off in a combination of fragments severing narrow bits, and the thump damage just kind of spreading around a bit, so it's really, really fun to watch. Cannot recommend it enough. Girl, you need to hit in the bits you've already hit. For maximum... Have we slowed her down at all? So top speed is 80 meters per second. She's currently going 36 meters per second. So yeah, you hit her. It is interesting how the Singularity, I guess just because how shots are led, she tends to get hit on the right a lot. And now she's warping. Yep, I think this is it. I think down she goes. 59% health and... Wait for it. Is she going to curve and sploosh? Down she goes. And woof. So there you have it. CRAMs can and do work against the Singularity, and just for contrast, I'm going to spawn in the Sovereign. I will be very impressed if these CRAM cannons manage to do anything to the Sovereign, because I suspect they won't be able to. To give an example of the kind of thing that CRAMs don't work against, and why you probably shouldn't bring them along when you're fighting the... Oh my god, those are gonna hit, aren't they? Nope, they're not. So this fella, you might notice, is doing a little bit of a bouncy bounce up and down. So I suspect the Sovereign, even though it has quite a formidable lambs on it, she might be a little bit more vulnerable to missile. Aha! See, as you can see, that bouncing up and down just completely throws off the target prediction for CRAM cannons. So this is the kind of thing you should be worried about if you're a CRAM gunner wanting to take on the on the Scarlet Dawn. Also, this turret is beautiful, but this isn't a Sovereign most. Oh my word! I keep thinking they're gonna hit, but they're not gonna hit. So yeah, Singularity, actually vulnerable to Doom CRAMs. Other Scarlet Dawn craft, not so much. Let's see... Let's actually see this from... Yep. Let's see this from the CRAM, the invisible CRAM shell perspective. Alpha test is alpha test. There's no way this is going to hit. That's going to be... Nope. Whiffed by miles. So, I think that will do for this video. So, yeah. Probably the last... oh my word, I couldn't even see anything. Probably the last Singularity Most Wanted. For now, until she gets updated again, whenever that is. She might not get updated, who knows? I don't know what's happening. But yeah, let's turn this off so we have peace and quiet for once. And yeah, so thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe if you want to see... Oh, wait, no, I should show you damage numbers. I almost forgot. So, fully packed damage numbers look like that. Impact damage is something like... 278,544. Explosive damage is 10,061, 15.9 meter radius. Then the fragments, 57 of them, 101,102 damage per fragment at a 45-degree angle, which is kind of, I find works kind of well. It gets in really deep. Okay, now I can do the ending spiel. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Support me on Patreon or YouTube membership if you like. It really helps, and there's fun perks in it for you. Thank you to all my current supporters, and I will see you next time in From the Depths. Farewell.